If you are desperate to hit 10K months in the next few months, then I'm going to break down exactly how I did that with my client Beth and how you can too.
I started making a lot more money and brought out the full potential of me and social media. It was the best thing I ever did, and I can't recommend Laura enough.
But first, can we just talk about the kind of 10K month culture? Because I actually don't think it's that healthy. Now, I talk about hitting 10K a lot because most of the people I work with have that as a goal. But I want you to know that it's absolutely not necessarily. Like, your business is successful if it makes the impact that you want it to make, if it makes the income that you want it to make, and if it enables you to live the life that you want to as well. So if you are chasing 10K months and you're not quite sure why, then I would really encourage you to just evaluate why you're putting that pressure on yourself. However, I know that you're probably ambitious like me, and you're probably driven like me, and you probably want the 10K months and the six-figure business like me. So I'm going to break it down exactly how I did it, exactly how Beth did it, and exactly how you can do it if you want to. So about a year ago, I met Social Moody. We met in a cafe at the gym because we had a mutual friend, and I knew that she wanted some support with her business. And she hit like 10K months within a few months of us working together, and her business has just like blown up since we worked together and over the last year. Like, she's done so amazingly well. So it's definitely worth talking about. But I mean, we had about 7 or 8 sessions together, and that was all she needed to get her business moving, to change her business model, to create a new product, and to hit 10K months. So I want to show you just how easy it was for us to create that. But I also want to break down why Beth is so goddamn successful, because I am not responsible for her success. Like, no coach, and no matter who you work with, they are not responsible for your success. You are responsible for your success. And she is like an action taker. She's amazing. She actually puts in the work. So I'm going to share why I think she has been so successful, so that you can tune into what you need to be successful as well. Now, the first thing that I did with Beth, we just had a chat. Like, I was getting to know her because I wanted to know everything there was to know about her and her business. So I asked her about her strengths, what she wanted, what she tried, what she was happy with, what she wasn't happy with, like what she wanted to create, so that I could get to work on what she needed. So all the while we were having this conversation, I was kind of tapping into what her belief system was, what her money mindset was. That enabled me to give her advice and ask lots of really good follow-up questions so that we could start to make a plan. And I don't think she even realized that that was happening in the first session, because we were just like having a coffee, just having a chat, and it was really chill. And you know, that's what I do with the majority of my clients to start with. I just get to know them, and what they don't realize is I'm actually really tuning into their psychology. Now, like I said, we sat and chatted for about an hour, and then at the end, I gave her some really specific advice and industry knowledge based on what I think she needed to hear. Now, I can't share that knowledge with you because that's what we built her kind of business model on, but she trusted me that I knew what I was talking about. So she kind of trusted and took that away and started to do something with it, which was amazing. But it also showed her the potential of her industry and of her business. So it gave her that boost of hope that she needed, because what we know is when you have hope and when you are optimistic about your goals, you are way more likely to achieve them. So I gave her the hope that she needed to actually look at her business and look at her dreams and look at her goals and believe that she could do it, which is incredibly powerful. And by the way, I can do that in literally one call with you. Like, I can unlock that like instantly. I do it all the time. So after I gave her the industry knowledge, the first thing she did was go away and find out who her customer was and what they wanted. And I mean, she did this fast. Like, I think she came back in like a few days and told me exactly what it was. She could clearly articulate it. So we had some like really great ideas for products that she could create based on the problem that they needed to solve, right? She was able to create a kind of new conceptual product really fast. I think this happened within like the space of a week. Which leads me to my first piece of advice about why Beth is so successful. Like, she takes action. She moves fast. Like, she does stuff. So if you are procrastinating, if you're not actively doing things, if you're a bit of a perfectionist, or if you're like sitting on your ideas, then my biggest piece of advice is to be an action taker. Like, just go out there, just do stuff, and you will eventually start to make money. Now, because she knew who her customer was and exactly what they wanted, she was able to start selling a higher ticket product straight away that didn't even exist. Yeah, that's completely right. I encouraged her to conceptualize this product, like create it on paper, but not actually create the product, and go out and sell it online, take money before it was even ready to give to them. And this is something that lots and lots of people do. Like, I've done it twice with my group programs where I've sold it and I've sold the concept and I've sold what they're going to get. Then I've created it once I've got the customers in, because what I know is that there is a demand for it and that I have customers to actually participate in it. So she sold it for a great price online and then started to create it. And from the moment she did that, like, this is what happened. Like, this is the message that she was sending me, like money in the bank straight away. So she did her homework, she started to sell her product, and voila, sales. Now, while we're on the subject of sales, if you want to increase your income in the next 90 days, then head to the comments and just book a call with me. Like, it's completely free. You'll get lots of personalized tips, and I will share with you a strategy that you can use, as well as let you know how you can work with me. Like, you literally have nothing to lose. Now, this brings me on to the next thing which makes Beth really, really successful, and it is her sales ability. Like, she shows up, she sells fiercely and with confidence consistently. So if you are not making sales, I want you to ask yourself, are you actually selling, like, really with confidence all the time? Or are you just posting randomly or selling like once a month without really talking about your product enough to give people the opportunity to like let that message sink in and want to buy from you? Now, there's more to selling than just standing up and starting to shout about your product. So the next thing that we started to work on and refine was her messaging. Now, this is so crucial, and I cannot stress this enough. If you do not know how to create great messaging for your product, then that is where I would start with your marketing. When we talk about messaging, we're talking about how you position your product in a way that makes it look really, really valuable. You are speaking to their problems and their pain points, and you are positioning yourself as the solution. But also, we talked about how she could sell herself, her skills, and her experience to make her seem really credible, like a credible force in her industry, which she already was. She just wasn't shouting about it in a way that showed how good she was at what she did. Like, she's a graphic designer, she can do Facebook ads, she's a social media manager. Like, all of those things make her a great option rather than her just being able to do one. So we amplified the way that she talked about her experience. So we looked at her messaging, we tightened it up until she was making sales like left, right, and center, and until she could just start tweaking it and refining it and trying different things to see what brought in the money. Now, of course, there's more than that. Like, we worked on so much more, which brings me to like the most crucial bit as a business owner, and that is your mindset and all of those belief systems that you have pulling you down, making you procrastinate, stopping you from being productive, and telling you that you will fail. Like, it's so important that you work on your mindset while also working on your sales, which is why I focus on not just sales and not just marketing, but also positive psychology and how to break down your limiting beliefs. When I met Beth and we sat in that cafe, she asked me to help her make like 2-3 grand a month. And I was like, she can make so much more than this, like so much more. And I literally sat there and told her that let's try and double your goals and see where we get to, but there is no reason why you can't make 10 grand a month. And again, this gave her kind of hope and optimism, because she had another business owner, someone older, someone with experience, that was telling her that she could do it. So naturally that amplified her confidence so that she could go on and sell better. So what I did over the course of those 7 and 8 sessions is I kind of lent her my confidence and I boosted her mindset. We talked about her limiting beliefs. We talked about the things that she was telling herself so that we could start to break them down until she had the evidence that she was good enough, until she had the evidence that she could build this amazing business, and ultimately until she didn't need me anymore to go out and sell that product. So it was like as simple as that to work with Beth, like literally 8 sessions, a couple of months, and it unlocked this new business model, this new revenue stream, and her ability to make 10k months. And all I did was have like 8 hours with her. Like, it's that powerful. So if you are driven and if you are ambitious and if you're an action taker and you want to make really good money in your business and feel happier and look after your well-being without all of the kind of burnout that's associated with being an entrepreneur, then please head to the comments and book a call with me. It's completely free. I'm going to give you lots of tips about your business. It's going to be packed full of value, and who knows, it might just change your life and your business like it did for Beth. Now, if you are in desperate need of more sales and more happiness in your business, then you are going to want to check out this video next.